I want to talk about 10-80-10 and time. How much time do you spend on the top 10%? How much time do you spend on the 80%? And how much time do you spend on the lower 10%? It's got to be some kind of balance that works for you. You know, Coach Urban Meyer, the head coach of Ohio State, said that he spends the greatest amount of his time on the top 10%. If you can get them doing the right things, the other 80% will follow, and then the other 10% will fall in with them. There's a whole lot of value to that, and leadership is extremely important, and it makes a program successful or not successful. But I think sometimes you can put too much emphasis on leadership. Remember, you got a whole lot of other students you have to worry about, as simple as that. When we were at Hamilton, we had some success with our character program and won some awards. With those awards came calls from superintendents, and they would say, "Tell us how you got such a good character program." And the first question I always asked them was, "Well, tell me about your program. What do you have now? Do you have a good program?" Almost without exception, they said, "We've got a great program." And they really believed they did. And then they proceeded to tell me mostly about the leadership programs. We do this for our leaders and we do that for our leaders. And they thought that was the key to the cornerstone of their entire character program. Well, it probably has a lot of effect and it was very good. But I think that when you're talking about a character program, you've got to talk about all the students. One of the very first things that we did at Hamilton was we made very clear that any program that we had would be accessible to all students, and we thought that was one of the keys to our success. Let's talk more about time. Sometimes you can spend too much time on that bottom 10%. You know, you think about how much the problems they cause, how much of your time and energy are on them, and the results that you get. Now, I'm a tremendous believer in establishing relationships with that group of students. But I also think you can spend too much time to the detriment of the other students on that. Your time is very, very important in where you direct your time. Quite obviously, I think the majority of your time should go towards that 80%. What's their learning level? What do you What do you need to do to motivate that group? Just as simple as that. All right, I want to go to another area, but before I go to another area, just one very minor point. I'm going to use the word attitude and character development and character education all to mean the same thing, basically. So please, if I jump those words around and interchange them, don't get confused. They all mean the same thing.